Welcome to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author, and women's coach in confident public speaking and money business breakthroughs. And with me today is Susan Kavanaugh. She is founder of Conscious Communications, LLC out of Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome, Susan. So glad to have you with us.
Snowden, it is a pleasure. I am just delighted to have been invited. Thank you so much.
So let's talk about purpose when it comes to marketing and how that all factors in, because I think it's very important in today's world that social marketing be utilized, and it really takes some thought. So talk to us about that.
Well, the thought that needs to go into the marketing is very much about who you want to attract to your services and how you want to speak to them. And that's why Conscious Communications is the name for my company, because I focus solely on the most effective communications, whether it is in writing, whether it's in social media, or whether it is through coaching individuals one-on-one to do public speaking, or just helping someone get to a point in their life where they are understanding what their purpose, what their why is, and how they can most effectively get out and market that. So Conscious Communications is something that my company I founded 23 years ago. So not a lot of people were using that phrase at that time, and it's become very popular now. It is a time that I think has been waiting to come.
So let's talk about that, because more and more companies these days are taking a stand for things. And how do you recommend that they go about doing that? If you're working with a client and you're trying to approach their marketing from a conscious standpoint, what do you suggest?
What I suggest is a model that is based on a kind of an organizational format that John Mackey, Raj Sisodio, and a variety of other conscious capitalism leaders developed. And John Mackey actually was the founder for Whole Foods. He has, Raj Sisodio wrote the book Firms of Endearment. And the conscious capitalism model for operation holds a higher purpose. Right in the center of all that you're doing, you need to have a higher purpose. And then you create a culture around that higher purpose of focusing on good for those that are around you and creating the best life and the best products and the best conversation that you can possibly do. And that will include not just your company, but your employees as well.
So I know that socially responsible businesses, and that's what we used to call it, because I remember being on several panels decades ago when we talked about social responsibility. Now it's conscious consciousness, conscious communications, can be very profitable, and people don't even realize that for the companies. Share about that a little bit in the few minute that we have left.
Oh, I will, and I'm happy to do that. I would recommend the Firms of Endearment book by Raj Sisodio. The profit margin that a conscious business company can make opposed to other companies is a 16-to-1 ratio. There is data all throughout Sisodio's book, The Firms of Endearment. And there's companies right now that people don't even realize are conscious companies. And those are Southwest Airlines, Starbucks, PepsiCo. It goes on and on. But when you are creating an opportunity for your consumer, your client, to engage in a way that they feel is important to them, then you're going to make those increased margins. It's going to be amazing.
So how can people get in touch with you, Susan?
Oh, I love to have anybody call me. I am very happy to share my number. It's 602-316-1742. I also have an email address and a website. Go to the website and you'll find the email address there. The website is, as you know, www.cavcom, and that's K-A-V as in Victor, C-O-M-C-C, that's for the conscious communications.com. So please feel free to reach out. I'd love to answer any of your questions about conscious business and how much more money you can make doing that.
Thank you, Susan, for being with us today.
Thank you, Snowden.
Thanks for watching Ignite Success. We have more great interviews coming up for you shortly.